Hello, my name's Katie and welcome to my shed. Oh, we've hit July. It's I can't believe how quickly the year's gone. Anyway, I decided I was going to do a like a Q&A type session to celebrate the 6 months of being on YouTube and 6 months of this journey, although we're now in month 7 because I was a bit slow on getting the questions back and recording this video. So anyway, so the plan is I'm going to do some printing through this video and then we'll stop every now and again with some questions, if that's all right with you. Okay, let's do it. Thank you very much to everyone that's sent some questions in. I've had to write them down. I'm never going to remember them all. There was a little bit of repetition, which is to be expected because I'm not that interesting and I can't imagine there would be that many different questions to ask. The first one that was asked a few times was, how do you fit it all in? So if you don't know, art is my hobby and I do that as on all my days off. I'm creating art, or I'm doing these videos, or I'm running workshops, but I do work full-time within the NHS and that takes up a lot of time as well. I also have a young child. Well, she's not that young, she just turned 10 last weekend, but that, you know, it keeps me busy. But that doesn't answer the question, does it? It doesn't answer how I fit it in. I fit it in, I think, just by managing my time as well as I can. So for example, I've got a spare hour from doing all my mum bits to when we've got a play date coming, so I'm going to record this video now so that hopefully I can be present for them when they all come. And I use my days off. We work long days in the NHS, or certainly in my job, so I work longer days, compressed hours, which means I have days off where I can try and create some art. I am also lucky that my husband doesn't really care if I'm there or not, so he's okay with me being off doing workshops and sitting in my shed for hours on end. So I think that's how I do it. So the next question was, is there anyone else in your family that is arty? And my first answer was going to be no, but then I had a bit more of a think about it, and so my mum, I would say she's not arty, she doesn't paint, she doesn't draw, but she is a gardener, and so she has got that eye, that sort of creative eye, because she has the most beautiful garden and can design a garden from scratch amazingly. So I think she has that sort of creativity, but yet none of them paint. But then I remembered my great uncle was an artist, in that he was fairly well known within the Cambridge area, but his artwork was very naive. So he obviously had some artistic ability as well. was from a friend, and I think she knows what I listen to, so I don't know if she's trying to embarrass me here with this one. Asked me what is my favourite soundtrack for creating to. So I don't really listen to music when I'm creating. I listen to music when I'm at work. That sounds really bad. When I'm trying to work, let's try and reword that. When I'm in my shed, when I'm creating, I tend to listen to audiobooks. So I'm not really listening to music, but the soundtrack is usually some sort of Regency romance or something probably quite smutty. That's what I listen to in my shed. Neighbour must be think I'm awful. When I was talking about work, when I find that I need noise to help calm my brain, so I've got quite a busy brain. So when I'm at work, if I'm trying to do admin work or computer work, I will often put music on, and the music I listen to is usually quite loud and shouty, because that calms my brain down. So there you go. That's what I listen to while I'm creating. I had one question, which is I probably should have a better answer to this really, but it's what emotion is usually behind your art? For example, anger, happiness, that sort of thing. I think you know what emotions are anyway. I don't think there is an emotion behind my art. I think generally I paint and I create to quiet my brain down. So I find it quite calming and relaxing, but I don't tend to paint with emotion, which makes me sound a bit cold. I don't mean that. Little trial and tweaked it around a bit, and the reason I've done that is because I want to pull out the bits I like and the bits that I don't like so much, and then when I do my proper print, when I recut it, then I know the bits I like. So the things that, should we start with the stuff I don't like? I don't like this line down the cat. There's nothing I can do about that because it's cut, but when I recut it I won't do that. I just think it looks clunky, or I'll just have one cut line rather than trying to get a dark line like that. I think that would look better. I quite like the wonky eyes. I prefer it with these marks a bit deeper around here, and what I haven't done is recut the ears and maybe cut the little triangle out. I might do that. I quite like the different shapes here, and I think I prefer the tail with more white cut out. I don't like this bird, but I don't like this one on its own. I might just get rid of the bird completely on the next one, because I don't know that it really adds to it. I was thinking of adding it would add a bit of interest at the bottom, but actually I could probably do that with some more leaves. We'll see. I like the idea of having 3 sunflowers and having 2 that are cut out like this with the petals lighter, and then 1 that's darker, and then I might make this bit a bit lighter just to add some contrast. And likewise with the leaves, I think I might do some like this, and then some that are maybe have got some different marks in them. But overall, as a little tester, I'm quite pleased. Neither of them are massively offensive, they're just not how I would like the end image to be. Let me know, do you have a preference? Which one do you think works best, and what bits do you like or dislike about it? The other thing I haven't done is put any kind of a border on. Sometimes I do. We'll leave like a black line around as a border. The reason I haven't done that is because the idea is with the final image I will tear the edges and then mount it. So by default the torn edges will be the border. But no, I think quite successful. It's nice to be cutting lino again. It's really therapeutic because once you've drawn it up, it's just a lovely sort of therapeutic, relaxing and mindful thing to do. Okay. So I had a really interesting question, which was, has recording videos inspired your professional career? And that's kind of really made me think. And I don't think it's sort of inspired my career as such. It's very different kind of work, but I think what it has done is to help me learn to be a little bit braver, because doing this channel is probably the bravest thing I've done ever, because it's much more about me, whereas at work I'm quite happy to do public speaking, but it's not about me, it's about patient care or the services. So I think, yeah, that's, so it kind of has, but maybe not in the way that you might think. I guess the one thing it has done though, it's made me realise that I do love creating, like I do want to be able to do more art professionally. The workshops I think have probably inspired my professional career more, because what it made me remember was how much I love being able to take somebody who thinks they can't do something and coach them and guide them to realise they can. So I have taken that back to my current working practice, or at least I try to. The next questions I think are fairly similar. So there's one about my best learning over the last 6 months, what have I learned about myself, and has it helped you from a well-being point of view? I feel like they're all fairly similar questions, and I think the best learning for me is that it's okay to just give something a go and not be perfect before you do something, because often it's about the journey rather than just creating something perfect straight away. Because that's definitely what I did with this channel. If I was waiting till I had perfect videos, we still wouldn't have one, because I'm sure if you've watched any of them, you know there's some bits that are pretty terrible in most of them. But it's okay, because I'm doing it. And sometimes just doing it is the important thing. So I think that's probably been my biggest learning. With regards to my well-being, I definitely think it's helped, because being in here in this shed is probably the best thing I can do for myself, for my brain, because it helps me just decompress and sort of like calms my thoughts, and it's just a nice place to be. And when I can't get in here, so the last couple of weeks have been quite tight for time, I can feel it. Last week it was really busy, and I think I had about half an hour one evening. I was like, I just need to go in my shed for half an hour, and I didn't really do anything. I just sat in here and tidied up a bit. But yeah, it's made me realise that it's okay to have a space that's yours and use it so that you can sort your brain out when you need to. I've had a couple of questions that are fairly similar. One was, what's your favourite medium? Have you tried any new mediums? Or have you tried any new art types over the last 6 months? And I don't know if I have a favourite medium, I do love printmaking. I love painting, and I've really loved learning new things, and doing this video, that's probably another one of the really good things about doing these videos, is it's made me learn and do new things. It's partly these videos and partly the workshops, I think. So last week was just, I know, mind-blowing feels a bit too big, but really enlightening to find out that I quite like doing drawing. After doing all these videos and saying I hate drawing, or I'm not very good at drawing, just trying those continual line drawings like completely changed my way of thinking about drawing. And I've also started to enjoy playing with the watercolours, and some of that is just because I've been doing it more, and now I think I understand the medium more, so I'm getting the results, or getting closer to the results that I wanted to have. So yes, I have learned lots of things and tried new mediums that I've loved. I don't know that I have a favourite medium. I just want to do it all and be really good at it all. I also, that doesn't help me from a business point of view, because I know that to be a successful artist, really you need to have your niche, because that's how people will recognise you. But maybe this year is about me trying all these things to decide what my niche is. And that's okay. You know, I'm not a professional artist yet, so it's okay to try new things and see where it takes you and what you enjoy. And there's two more questions, but I'm going to put them together because I think they're quite good ones to end on. It is, what do you forget to say every video? And what phrase do you say more often than you should? So I've realised I say a lot when I'm thinking about what to say, rather than slowing my brain down and talking slower. I talk fast and then have to give my brain time to catch up by saying So there's an awful lot of time that goes into me editing, because I have to edit out some of the ums. I still leave a lot in where I can't get rid of them. And actually, if I just slowed down how fast I talk, I'd probably get rid of them naturally anyway. So that's the phrase I say the most. Lou suggested it might be me talking about the devil cat, and I do talk about her a lot because she is awful. And she's probably another one of the reasons why I've managed to fit it all in, because she has me up so early. And what do I forget to say every video? I think it's the really cheesy bits, and it's not so much that I forget to say it, I probably just don't want to say it, which is, if you've enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It doesn't roll off the tongue, does it? When other people say it, it feels like it does roll off the tongue, but it doesn't to me. And it just feels a bit awkward. I feel like I'm always like begging people to like me, please like me. So yeah, I think that's what I forget to say, and maybe I should say it more often, and that's how you grow your channel, isn't it? Again, see? Yeah. Okay, so I've had some time to reflect, and I've written the things on here that I would like to change on this plate. And hopefully when you compare them, you can see that it is big. Like, that little bit bigger does make a difference. Well, it does to me anyway. It feels more like an actual picture, whereas this one was more of a card, which I probably will still use as a card but taking the bird off. So these are the things that I want to change. So I want to tidy up the middle here, because that just looks a little bit unfinished, and get the inside of the leaf white, because I do prefer this look to that. I'm going to make these petals light, same as these ones. And then here, I don't like the eyes as much. If you look at the eyes on here, it's got like eyeliner on it, and I prefer that. And also, she's not smiling. Here she looks very serious, whereas on this one, because the mouth's bigger, it looks like she's smiling, and I prefer that. And then here the bum's too big, so I'm just going to trim this off a bit. If only it was that easy in real life. Just trim it down a bit to make it feel a bit more slender like she is on here. And then the bird needs to tidy up. So that's what I'm going to do. Right, let's get doing. Just do a little summary as sort of the evolution of this print. Actually, I've missed one because we did 4, didn't we? Where's the other one gone? It is. So can we see them all? Okay, so this is the one we started with, and I still think I like this cat, but it was this double line here that was just wrong. And sunflower was nice, but the bird was just too fat. I wasn't feeling him. And then when we took the petals out, I preferred it even more, so that was that to that. And then decided to do it a little bit bigger so that we can make it into a more of a art print rather than a card size print. And realised that I needed this to be white as well as that, because it just disappears otherwise. And for the petals, and then we made some cat changes to make her a little bit slimmer and a bit more smiley. And actually I'm really happy with it now. I'm still not convinced whether the bird was necessary, but he's there now, so he's going to stay. Okay, let me know what you think in the chat. So if you have liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and like it, and consider subscribing, because then you get to see the next 6 months of this journey with me. Thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.